Doc Fury never knew how adventure would find him, but it always did. Sometimes it came in the form of a visitor, sometimes through a death threat. Today, it came in the form of a package, brought by his associate, Reggie. This package just came in for you. You think it might be a bomb or something?
There's nothing moving or ticking inside.
Then it's not a bomb?
Maybe. It might be a dry bomb set off by a spring.
What's it made of?
Metal and plastic, Reggie. Metal casing filled with tin parts, possibly gears. No wires or springs to set it off. Mr. Fury, I am sending this to you because I don't think it would be a good idea for me to be seen bringing a package to your office. I'll explain later when I can contact you in person. Sincerely, Wilbur Fawcett.
Do you know Wilbur Fawcett?
There was a Wilbur Fawcett who just returned from an expedition through the mountain ranges of Manchuria, China.
Well, you think that's the same guy?
Yes. This newspaper that the Santa was packed in is from a major newspaper in Manchuria. Doc Fury's office.
Mr. Fury, you've got to come to 429 Lawrence Street. My father's been killed.
Don't you think the police might be of more assistance?
No, I don't think they would. He was on his way to see you, and I think that's why he was killed.
What's your father's name?
Wilbur Fawcett.
We'll be right down.
Mr. Fury, hi. I'm Gail Fawcett. Glad you got here quickly. Father's in the kitchen. See the hole in the back of his neck? It's puckered up like a huge bite. Put your hands up. I said put your hands up. I know my father sent you a package this morning. I want it. If you don't have it, then we'll just go to your office and get it. I'm not afraid to use this gun, mister, so just start talking or I'll have to.
Gale was a victim of one of Doc's most used tricks, a small plastic anesthetic gas bomb which was strapped to his arm. Doc had tensed his bicep, which broke the plastic and set the odorless, colorless gas free. Doc then held his breath and waited for Gale to keel over. The gas would dissolve in the air in a few minutes, but Gale would be out for a bit longer, long enough for Doc to perform an autopsy on Wilbur Fawcett.
What happened to me?
You seem to have taken a nap. Suppose you tell me why you pulled a gun on me. I had the impression you wanted my help.
I don't need your help, and I'd appreciate it if you just leave.
Then why did you call me over?
I wanted the package my father sent you.
Do you know what was in that package?
No. What was in it?
You should let me help you. Your father wouldn't have called me if he hadn't wanted me to get involved.
Yes, I know, but
The police won't be of much help in this case, Miss Fawcett.
police are perfectly capable of handling murder cases.
But this isn't an ordinary murder case. I examined your father's body while you were lounging.
And what did you find out?
Well, your father's blood was drained from his body through that puncture in the back of his neck.
Oh my God. What could have done such a thing?
Well, the wound doesn't have the smooth cut made by metal tools or weapons. The edges are jagged as if they were made by teeth. It also had a saliva in it, which served as an anti-clotting substance and which allowed the blood to flow out freely.
You're not trying to feed me a vampire story.
I don't believe in vampires. I'm sure there's some sound and logical explanation for this.
Like what?
I don't know, but I intend to find out. I need some information from you first, though.
Yes?
Do you know of anybody that would want to kill your father for any reason?
No, of course not.
Did he tell you anything about his trip to Manchuria?
No, my father never spoke to me about his expeditions.
You did know about the package he sent me, though.
Yeah, I knew about that because I was there when he was addressing it to you.
When was the last time you saw him alive?
this morning. I found him here this evening, dead.
Who the hell are you?
Who are you?
Wayne Thurston. I'm here to go to dinner with Gail and her father.
There'll be no dinner tonight. Wilberfosset's been murdered, and it appears that Gail's been abducted.
What's going on here? You're Doc Fury, aren't you?
Yes. Did you see anyone leaving as you came here?
No.
What do you know about Wilberfosset?
He explores the world looking for interesting artifacts to bring back and sell.
What did he bring back on his last trip?
A big box, like the size of a coffin, and some dirt.
Dirt.
Yeah, I didn't ask any questions.
And the contents of the box?
Don't know, it was heavy though, about 250 pounds.
Where's the box and the dirt now?
Don't know, he hauled it off in the truck.
What's this? Can you hand me that black lantern there? Just a minute here, we should have something. Do you know a Dr. Claude Laguerre?
No.
Well, I'm gonna pay him a visit. Wilberfosset's body is in the kitchen. Phone an ambulance and then call the police and tell them that I'm on the case.
Okay.
Dr. Claude Laguerre?
Yes.
I'm Doc Fury.
Ah, yes, the famous Doc Field. It's a pleasure to meet you. What can I do for you?
Well, I need to know the nature of your business with Wilberfosset.
Well, it is a very difficult story to tell.
Try.
Do you believe in vampires?
No.
I am not surprised, a man of science such as yourself. Mr. Fury, the reason why vampires have been able to survive in the modern world is because people don't believe in them. That is their greatest strength.
We were talking about Wilberfosset's business with you.
That is what I am talking about. Wilberfosset brought back the vampire from China.
You've seen this vampire?
No, but he would not lie to me. He came to me because he needed to find blood to feed the vampire.
Claude, suppose you start telling me the truth now.
That is the truth, I assure you.
Wilberfosset was just killed. Blood drawn from a hole in the back of his neck.
You see? You see, I told you.
Where is this vampire Wilberfosset had?
It was hidden. But they must have got loose if it killed Wilberfosset.
What else can you tell me about the matter?
I can tell you that I will have a cross and some garlic. Look, I know Wilberfosset's reputation. He would not lie. Not only that, I have studied extensively on vampires. And it does exist. Sacre bleu! It's the unholy fiend!
When Doc went down to investigate the vampire, all he found left was a cape. When Doc returned to headquarters, he found the place a mess and Reggie missing. If Reggie could be located, Doc would find him. Embedded in the soles of Reggie's shoes were teeny radioactive particles of metal. Doc had a sensor device which would detect the location of those particles.
Doc could pick up Reggie's signal within a radius of 10 miles. Doc merely went in the direction the needle registered strongest.
Now what good are you to Doc Fury?
Oh, swine! Put me down, you swine! You won't knock me out. Let me at him, Doc. Come on, come on.
That's enough, Reggie. We need to go back to the office.
Professor Weiser, what are Claude and Duke going to do with Doc's man Reggie?
They're taking him to an abandoned cabin somewhere in the Manzano Mountains.
They're not gonna kill him, are they?
No, we're using him as insurance to keep Doc Fury off our tail.
How do you plan on doing that?
We'll tell Fury to mind his own business, or Reggie's gonna get it.
And what about that thing?
It needs blood to survive. We'll have to let it have its way.
And what do we do next?
Wait for word from the boss. Hello. Claude? Where are you at? No? How did Fury find out? Damn! You what? You told him where I am?
What is it?
Fury's captured Claude and Duke and questioned them. They told him about me. He's probably on his way here now.
Claude and Duke tell me you told them to kidnap Reggie.
I don't have to answer any of your questions.
Bet your head isn't bulletproof.
Hold him there while I get a rope.
All right, okay, but hurry up and get his gun.
Doc Fury doesn't carry a gun. He'll never take a human life. Unfortunately for him, we will. Before I use this on you, let me show you what it can do.
People are even easier to disintegrate.
Professor, we better go meet the plane. It's getting late.
Right. This gun takes about a minute to charge. I'll just set it and we'll leave.
Ma'am, excuse me. My name is Waldo Crabtree. I was wondering, have you seen two men and a lady walk by here? The shorter guy, I think they called him Professor Weiser, I believe.
Well, no.
Geez, we hardly see any women in this uninhabited part of Manchuria.
I'm here doing work for my father, who's in America now.
Yeah? What's your name, if you don't mind my asking?
Gail Fawcett.
Gail, what are you looking for?
My father and I are looking for this.
The Great King on medallion, huh? Well, what's it worth? A lot or something?
What are you doing out here, Mr. Crabtree?
Well,
Someone sent you here to get this map from me, didn't they?
After Doc had escaped the death ray, he checked the airport for any private planes being reserved by anyone answering to the description of Professor Weiser. He found that there was a plane going to Manchuria. Doc followed and thus ran into the real Gail Fawcett. Santa was magnetized and would end up pointing in the direction of any metal object in the vicinity. And as Doc could see, the magnetic reaction set off a glowing in the crevice above.
Mr. Fury! The medallion, please. I know your little trick about the bulletproof vest, so I'm aiming this gun at your head. We've been trying to find this medallion for years. Thanks to you, it's now in our custody. Follow me, Mr. Fury. Why don't you go on in and meet the boss? I hear he's an old friend of yours.
Doc was about to see his old friend, Jonah Dove.
One of Doc's deadliest adversaries.
You're gonna like it here, Mr. Fury.
Last Doc saw Jonah, he thought he had died in a plane crash. But as Doc was about to see, Dove was quite alive.
Ah, Mr. Fury. Thanks popping in. What's wrong, Doc? Think you're seeing ghosts? You of all people should believe things that don't seem real. I didn't die in the little plane. Wasn't me. But that was you in the vampire costume. Vampire costume? Come on, Mr. Fury. You of all people, and your little comic book life and stories, know better than that. You dressed in a vampire costume and killed Wilbur Fawcett. Then got two of your goons to play Gail Fawcett and her fiancé. They were to keep me busy while you captured Reggie. You staged the whole kidnapping of Gail to try and throw me off track. The whole time the real Gail didn't know what was happening. Well, Mr. Fury, that's all very cute. But how do you explain the fact that your dear friend Wilbur's blood was drained from his body? My fangs aren't that sharp. A giant land leech native to Manchuria China. I'm sorry, Mr. Fury, but you are a very funny man in your own silly little way. How could you derive something so silly in your little mind? The anticoagulant contained in the wound found in Wilbur Fawcett's body was of the same makeup of the worms found in the annelida phylum. What? That meant it was either an earthworm or a leech, and earthworms don't live on blood. Well, Mr. Fury, Doc, if you will, that's all very amusing. And I'd extend my hand, but you seem to be tied up and offer you the Sherlock Holmes badge of the day. But why would I want a measly little life like Wilbur Fawcett? You created the whole vampire hoax to try to throw off anyone who might link you to the murder of Wilbur Fawcett. You killed him because you wanted what he was on the verge of discovering in Manchuria. And what was that? The Kingan medallion. Very good. Very good, Mr. Fury. Doc, if you will. Well, I'm sorry, but I must put an end to this meeting. It's been very informative. Farewell, Doc. I hope it's not too painful. Thanks for coming by. I'll remember you. Not many a day where I see such a worthy adversary be put to such a simple waste. Believe in ghosts, Doc.
Professor Weiser, show me what I want to see.
There it is. What about Doc? Did you use the blood leech?
He's gone. He's finished.
He's sucked dry. Excellent.
It's done. It was simple. It was...
After all these years.
Do you know what I have here in my hands?
We're gonna be very...
Do you know? Finish him. Give me the medallion. Come on, finish him off!
What's the matter, Dove? Don't believe in ghosts?
I see our leech friend didn't finish you off.
Yeah, after the autopsy on Wilbur Fawcett, I made a special enzyme. Kind of left a bad taste in his mouth.
You and your little tricks, Doc. Now you have to contend with me.
Give me that medallion, Dove.
Stay there! If I can't have this, you never will. No one ever will!